Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius October 29, 2022. Early today, you can experience some indecision or temporary doubts, as Mercury forms a square to Pluto. As much as you would like to get a decision made and behind you, try not to rush into one, especially if it involves critical financial matters or a partnership. With this transit, it's easy for a problem to magnify in your mind, but it's best to wait and see. If you can't seem to shake a line of thought that's interfering with your day, do what you can to relax and detach. Or, if you turn your attention to a vulnerable area of your life that is within your capabilities of managing, you'll be doing yourself a favor. You may also need to tread lightly in conversations. It's time to acknowledge the need to make changes instead of holding on too tightly to things no longer working in your favor. The moon heads into your solar third house, inspiring you to reach out and connect or seek the information you need. This transit is a mental one your curiosity awakens. As the day advances, your outlook on finances or work improves. You'll be in the center of a storm today. With mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger planet, dancing within your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign, he will be strangled by one of our great malefic planets. Things at home and with family may not be as aligned as you'd hoped for because Pluto is orbiting within your solar fourth house of domesticity. There could also be a major disconnect around emotions, especially concerning family members, parents, or extended relatives. Don't wage war just because you're feeling fired up. Do you feel empowered by the core elements in your career path? It is okay to switch up certain aspects of your professional livelihood and structure when Mercury in your sign squares Pluto in Capricorn. The square indicates tension, as you may struggle to consider a different way of going about a foreseeable accomplishment or professional goal. You might also struggle with speaking up about what you want or need in your work and life balance. Weigh the pros and cons, then toss your ideas around with your loved ones to get a second opinion about what you should do. The moon's departure from your income sector yesterday has left you with more than just a better sense of where the money is. As well as wrapping up an eclipsing new moon that has given income potential a boost, the Sun and Venus, the planet of money, are staying on to keep the momentum going. This time last week there had been no planetary activity on the income side of the financial fence this year, but all that has changed. With no one but yourself to count on, you will not be a happy camper today. You appreciate knowing that you are part of a community, large or small, that works together to get things done. To bring some community into your life, why not investigate the organic farms in your area and find out whether they have a club you can join. You can help garden, or just receive a monthly basket of fresh produce. The vibrations are going to be a little bit difficult and even negative in the days coming up, but some blue skies will progressively come your way. Indeed, this period is under the best auspices, and you can now expect to have a happier future both in your personal and professional life. This is the hour to start things up again, and you can't miss if you try to make your projects more concrete. Jupiter's departure from your relationship sector and return to your work sector today is one of the major events of 2022, but is a repeat of the same move, but in the opposite direction 5 months ago. It was in May that Jupiter left your work sector and returned to your relationship sector, but today retrogrades back in to tie up loose ends on the job front. This is something that will have a positive impact on both, with the moon keeping the communication lines open on the relationship front, while Jupiter returns to find that forces on the income and job fronts are already working in tandem. After a friendly aspect yesterday, the moon will stay on in your communication sector after Jupiter retrogrades back out of your relationship sector today. Jupiter not only leaves behind planets that will keep the focus on your relationships, but the moon's friendly aspect to Chiron, the planet of healing, is giving words the power to heal today. Our eyes in the sky. Today provides wonderful cosmic guidance for all in the area of spiritual development. Listening to your soul is where you'll find the most solace now. The Sagittarius moon propels you through the channels of your most profound inner work and philosophies. Many might have gone completely silent over the last few days because these are the kind of transits where ghosting is very possible. All is not lost with certain connections. It just points to a major overhaul in so many people's lives that it can be extremely difficult to focus on the most mundane of tasks. If someone has disappeared from your life, give them time to circle back around. Tomorrow brings a strong emotional Neptune influence that can have a sleepy and dreamy quality to it. It could be tough to stick to a strict schedule this week, and you might feel lost in the shuffle at times. Ask yourself where your mind seems to keep drifting when you get lost in those proverbial clouds. Maybe you're just being called to your next destination without even realizing it. Today marks a wonderful cycle of poetry, art and relationship connections that can lead you down the path of finding the soul mate of your dreams. Let love be your ultimate guide and muse. You never know what lies just around the corner. In the morning, the moon enters Sagittarius, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, spontaneity is key to our emotional equilibrium. We want options. We want experience. This is a good time to dive into a broad course of study or entertain discussions with people from different walks of life. It is an ideal lunar period for travel, physical exercise, self-exploration, and adventure. Oh, you have some challenges this week. Although you'll feel energized to get everything done, you may have some issues in your workplace or when it comes to your greater career goals. This minor setback is just that. It will move into the past almost as soon as it happens. The universe asks you to be sharp and focused now. It's an ideal week to think about starting a new business. Your work is changing, as is your money picture. Going with the flow means you should accept what's happening now instead of trying to resist it. Your relationships are not only important but also dreamily perfect for this moment in your life. Just a few minutes later, the moon trines Jupiter, its dispositor, in Aries. This aspect exacerbates the enthusiastic nature of the Sagittarius moon, inspiring us to broaden our horizons. We may be able to give something back to others now, acting in the spirit of philanthropy. Behaving generously instills us with greater gratitude for our circumstances. We have an easier time going with the flow and taking things on faith.